Bitcoin has been on an absolute tear. We've seen it smash past previous all-time highs this year, flirting with figures around $115,000 and even briefly touching over $126,000. That kind of price action means one thing: the fuse is lit for a massive altcoin season. But here's the cold, hard truth. While everyone is distracted by the usual suspects in the top 10, a few little-known Bitcoin alternatives are quietly getting ready for what could be 100x gains. The problem is, most investors will pile into the wrong coins, the overhyped garbage with zero fundamentals, and get completely burned. They'll be left holding the bags while the smart money moves into the real winners. This isn't about guessing, and it's not about chasing pumps. It's all about strategy. In this video, I'm giving you my top 3 Bitcoin alternatives for 2025. These are coins I've spent months researching, from an established player that still has explosive potential, to a high-risk moonshot that I believe could deliver life-changing returns. And I'm not just dropping names. I'm going to show you the on-chain data, the institutional signals, and the fundamental catalysts that back up my thinking. If you want to be positioned for the wealth transfer that's coming, you need to watch this entire video. The information I'm about to share could be the difference between finishing 2025 with insane gains or with devastating losses. Let's get to it. Alright, before I reveal my first pick, I want to pull back the curtain and show you how I find these potential gems. It's not about luck. It's definitely not about blindly following influencers on social media. My entire strategy is built on a data-driven framework I call the catalyst and conviction model. There are thousands of cryptocurrencies out there, and 99% of them are pure junk. My goal is to filter out all that noise and find the 1% with a verifiable edge. So, what am I looking for? First, strong fundamentals. This is non-negotiable. I need to see a project that solves a real-world problem. Is the tech different? Does it have a genuine use case? I'm looking at the team's background, the quality of their engineering, and whether they have a clear, achievable roadmap. The flashy website and a vague white paper just don't cut it. I want to see code being committed on GitHub, active developer communities, and a vision that goes beyond the next bull run. Second, narrative strength. This is one of the most powerful forces in crypto. A strong narrative can be the fuel that sends a coin into orbit. Right now, we're seeing a few dominant narratives shaping up for the rest of 2025 and into 2026. AI and crypto integration, real-world asset RWA tokenization, decentralized physical infrastructure, DePIN, and the continued battle for high-speed scalable layer 1s. A coin that is perfectly positioned to capture one of these narratives has a massive advantage. It's about being in the right place at the right time. Third, upcoming catalysts. This is all about timing. A great project with no upcoming events can sit dead in the water for months. I'm searching for specific date-driven catalysts that will force the market to reevaluate a project's worth. This could be a major mainnet upgrade, a flagship dApp launch, a tokenomics overhaul that reduces supply, or even whispers of a major partnership. These are the events that create hype, draw in new buyers, and can ignite price discovery. Fourth, on-chain metrics and tokenomics. The blockchain doesn't lie. I'm digging into the on-chain data. Are daily active users growing? Is the total value locked TVL on the platform increasing? Are large wallet holders accumulating or selling? And just as important, what do the tokenomics look like? Is there a massive unlock of tokens coming that could tank the price? Is the token distribution fair, or was it heavily allocated to VCs and insiders just waiting to cash out on retail? A project with a low float and a fair launch is infinitely more attractive than one with a mountain of VC tokens waiting to be sold. And finally, technical analysis. Once a coin is past all the fundamental checks, I turn to the charts. I'm looking for signs of accumulation, a clear bottoming pattern, and a potential breakout from a long-term consolidation range. A coin can have the best fundamentals in the world, but if the chart looks broken, the timing just isn't right. We want to enter when the trend is in our favor. By combining all 5 of these elements, I build a high conviction case for each investment. It's not just about what to buy, but why you're buying it and when. This is how you move with confidence in a market defined by chaos. So, with that framework laid out, let's get into the first pick. It's a name you already know, but I guarantee you're underestimating its potential for the rest of this cycle. Alright, my first pick is Solana. And I can already hear some of you thinking, Solana? Isn't that a top 10 coin? How is that an alternative for insane gains? I get it. The market cap is already huge. But you're thinking in linear terms. In crypto, the biggest winners often keep winning, and Solana is setting up for a run that I believe will shock even the most bullish investors. To ignore it now would be like ignoring Ethereum back in 2020. Solana isn't just an alternative to Bitcoin. It's a direct competitor to Ethereum's entire smart contract empire, and it's winning on multiple fronts. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room: network outages. The Solana is not reliable narrative is dead. Yes, the network had its struggles in the early days, but those struggles were the battle testing it needed. The network has emerged stronger and more resilient than ever, and now its technology is about to take a quantum leap forward. The single biggest catalyst for Solana is the Fire Dancer upgrade. This isn't just another small update. It's a complete overhaul of the network's engine, developed by the elite trading firm Jump Crypto. Fire Dancer is a new, independent validator client built for raw, unadulterated speed and reliability. In demos, it has shown the ability to process over 1 million transactions per second, TPS. Fire Dancer also introduces client diversity, meaning the network will no longer rely on a single client, dramatically reducing the risk of network-wide outages and effectively killing the biggest bear case against Solana. The full mainnet rollout is anticipated for 2025. Alongside Fire Dancer, the Alpenglow upgrade is set to introduce near-instant finality, aiming to bring transaction confirmation times down from over 12 seconds to as low as 100 to 150 milliseconds. This isn't just fast, it's Web 2 fast, on par with the response time of a Google search. Second, the ecosystem is on fire. While other chains are trying to attract developers, Solana has become the undisputed hub for consumer-facing applications. It has achieved product-market fit. It's the home of the memecoin supercycle, but don't let that fool you. Memecoins are a gateway for mainstream users. They bring millions of people into the ecosystem who then discover other applications. The low transaction fees, which typically average just a fraction of a cent, make it possible for people to actually use the blockchain without going broke. Solana is also becoming the dominant platform for DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure networks. Projects like HiveMapper are building real-world economies on top of Solana because it's one of the only chains that can handle the transaction volume. This is a multi-trillion-dollar narrative, and Solana is at the center of it. Third, the institutional floodgates are opening. We saw what Bitcoin ETFs did to the market. Ethereum ETFs are here. What do you think comes next? A Solana ETF is not a matter of if, but when. We're already seeing massive institutional capital flowing into Solana-linked products and corporate treasuries. In August 2025, it was reported that publicly traded companies like Upexi held significant amounts of SOL, signaling strong confidence in the ecosystem's growth. So, what does this mean for the price? Currently, Solana is trading in a consolidation pattern, but looking at the combination of these catalysts, I believe Solana is poised for a significant move. While a 100x from here is impossible, a potential 3 to 5x on a top-tier asset in the next 12 to 18 months is an incredible, and in my view, highly probable return. This is the cornerstone of an altcoin portfolio, a high-conviction bet on the leading Ethereum competitor that has proven its resilience and is on the verge of a massive technological breakthrough. Now, before we move on to my second pick, and this one is much more under the radar with significantly higher upside potential, I have a quick ask. If you're getting any value from this breakdown, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The market is moving faster than ever, and I'm dropping deep dive analyses like this every single week. You don't want to miss the next one. Also, I run a private community where I share my real-time trades, my full portfolio, and detailed research reports on low-cap gems before I talk about them here. If you're serious about taking your crypto investing to the next level, there's a link in the description below. Okay, let's get to the coin that I believe could be the Solana of this cycle. My second pick is Sui. This is a layer 1 blockchain that I believe is being massively underestimated by the market. If Solana is the established powerhouse, Sui is the nimble, technically superior challenger that is quietly gaining ground where it matters most, with developers. And in crypto, developer adoption is the single most important leading indicator of future success. So what is Sui? And why am I so bullish? Sui was built by Mistin Labs, a team of absolute rock stars who were the lead engineers behind Meta's, formerly Facebook's, Diem blockchain project. These are just some random coders. These are the people who were tasked with building a global financial network for billions of users. They know scalability inside and out, and they've poured all of that knowledge and experience into creating Sui. The core thesis for Sui revolves around its technological superiority and its laser focus on the next frontier of crypto, gaming. First, the tech. Sui's architecture is fundamentally different from most other blockchains. It uses what's called an object-centric model and allows for parallel transaction execution. Now, that sounds complex, so let me break it down. Think of a traditional blockchain like a single-lane road. Every transaction has to be processed one by one, in order, which creates bottlenecks. Sui is like a multi-lane superhighway. It can process independent transactions simultaneously, which allows for mind-bending speed and scalability. This architecture makes building complex applications, especially games, radically easier and cheaper. Developers have been raving about how enjoyable it is to build on Sui, and you cannot overstate how important that is. When the best builders are excited about a platform, that's where the best applications will emerge. This leads to my second point, the gaming narrative. Crypto gaming is shaping up to be one of the biggest narratives of this bull run. We're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry that is ripe for disruption, and Sui is positioning itself to be the core infrastructure for this revolution. They are not just hoping that game developers will come, they are actively bringing them in. An extensive lineup of new games is set to launch throughout 2025, including titles from major franchises like Samurai Showdown. We're seeing AAA quality studios with deep experience building on Sui, like the team behind Society, a third-person shooter built on Unreal Engine 5. And here's the killer catalyst, the Sui Play 0x1. Sui is launching its own handheld gaming console, slated for release in 2025 in partnership with Playtron OS. This device is designed to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 gaming, supporting titles from both worlds. This is a brilliant Trojan horse strategy. It removes the friction of crypto for mainstream gamers. You won't need to understand seed phrases or gas fees, you'll just play a great game. And the blockchain will work seamlessly in the background. If this device gains traction, it could onboard millions of new users directly into the Sui ecosystem. So let's look at the price potential. Sui's market cap is a fraction of Solana's, which means it has significantly more room to grow. Price predictions for 2025 are varied, with some forecasts suggesting a range between approximately $1.63 and $4.93, while more optimistic long-term models see prices potentially reaching as high as $11.50. If Sui successfully captures even a small percentage of the massive gaming market, a 10 to 20x return from current levels is absolutely on the table. This is my smart money pick, a bet on superior technology and a clear strategy to dominate a high-growth sector. Now for the one you've all been waiting for, the high-risk, high-reward moonshot, the one that could change everything. All right, this final pick is not for the faint of heart. This is the asymmetric bet, the one that carries the most risk, but also holds the potential for truly insane 100x style gains. My moonshot pick for 2025 is called Kaspa. CAS. Why am I so excited about Kaspa? Because it's not just another layer 1. It's a project that aims to solve the blockchain trilemma. The idea that you can't have decentralization, security, and scalability all at once. For years, we've been told to pick 2 out of 3. Kaspa claims to have cracked the code. The thesis for Kaspa is simple but profound. It combines the security and decentralization ethos of Bitcoin with the speed of Solana. Let's start with the technology because it's truly revolutionary. Kaspa isn't a blockchain, it's a block DAG. Instead of a single linear chain where only one block can be added at a time, Kaspa uses a directed acyclic graph, DAG, structure. Imagine a web of blocks where multiple blocks can be created and confirmed in parallel. This is made possible by the Ghost DAG protocol, which generalizes Bitcoin's consensus model. What does this mean in simple terms? It means Kaspa achieves unbelievably fast transaction speeds without sacrificing decentralization. The network currently operates at 10 blocks per second, with plans to increase to 32 and even 100 blocks per second. Transactions are confirmed in seconds, not minutes. It's a proof-of-work system, just like Bitcoin, which is considered the most secure and battle-tested consensus mechanism. But unlike Bitcoin, which handles about 7 transactions per second, Kaspa is built to handle thousands. It has solved the scalability problem that has plagued proof-of-work chains for over a decade. This unique combination makes Kaspa a powerful narrative. It's the fastest, most scalable proof-of-work coin. It appeals to Bitcoin maxis who value security and decentralization. And it appeals to the degen crowd who demands speed and low fees. It truly is the best of both worlds. But the most compelling part of the Kaspa story is its launch. Kaspa had one of the fairest launches in crypto history, second only to Bitcoin itself. There was no pre-mine, no pre-sale, and no allocation of coins to VCs or the team. Every single Kas token came into existence through public mining. Why is this so critical? It means there are no massive venture capital funds waiting to dump their cheap bags on retail investors as soon as the price pumps. The token distribution is incredibly decentralized and community-driven. This project grew organically from the ground up, earning its place through technological merit alone. This ethos resonates deeply with crypto purists and creates a powerful, loyal community that you just can't buy. So what's the price potential? Kaspa's market cap is still relatively small compared to other major layer 1s. This is where the asymmetric opportunity lies. If block DAG technology proves to be the true solution to the trilemma, and Kaspa starts eating into the market share of other proof-of-work coins, the upside is astronomical. Price predictions for Kaspa are all over the place, which is typical for a high-growth asset. Some analyses for 2025 see a potential range between 0.123 and 0.555. If it were to reach a market cap comparable to something like Dogecoin in its prime, we would be looking at a price well over $1, representing a 20 to 30x from here. But the true moonshot scenario, the 100x play, would involve Kaspa establishing itself as the definitive proof-of-work alternative to Bitcoin for fast, decentralized payments. While it is the highest risk of my 3 picks, the potential reward, in my opinion, makes it an essential part of a well-diversified altcoin portfolio for this cycle. So there you have it. My top 3 Bitcoin alternatives for insane gains in 2025. Let's do a quick recap. First, we have Solana SOL, the established powerhouse. This is our foundation. It's battle-tested, has a vibrant and growing ecosystem, and is on the verge of a massive technological leap with the Fire Dancer and Alpenglow upgrades. This is a bet on the leading Ethereum competitor continuing its dominance. Second, we have SUI, SUI, the developer's darling. This is our smart money play. It's built by an elite team of engineers, features superior technology tailored for high-growth sectors like gaming, and has a clear catalyst with its upcoming handheld console. This is a bet on the next generation of blockchain infrastructure. And third, we have Kaspa, the Bitcoin 2.0. This is our high-risk, high-reward moonshot. It features revolutionary block DAG technology, the security of proof of work, and one of the fairest launches in crypto history. This is our asymmetric bet on a new paradigm for decentralized money. The market is on the verge of a massive shift. Bitcoin has lit the fuse, and capital is about to flow into altcoins. But it won't flow everywhere. It will concentrate in projects with strong fundamentals, powerful narratives, and clear catalysts. Many people will be left in the dust, chasing pumps and holding the wrong bags. But by positioning yourself in high-conviction plays like these, you give yourself a strategic edge. Remember, none of this is financial advice. This market is incredibly volatile, and you should always do your own research and manage your risk. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. If you got value from this video, please smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss my next update. And let me know in the comments below, which of these 3 coins are you most bullish on for 2025? Stay sharp, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.